Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to another Ancient Empires faction overview. Today we are looking at Liguria. So Liguria is, I believe, in northern Italy is where they will start out as, and they are a relatively low-key faction at the moment, but again, as I have to state, this is not going to be their entire roster in the campaign. There will be area of recruitment units for the campaign, and just as an update on the campaign, I have no update. So, awesome. Let's get down to it. Generals, we have two of them. We have Ligurian Warriors. Charge rating of 4, melee offense of 11, melee defense of 12, armor rating at 6, and morale at 8. Decent tier 2 melee infantry. Pretty standard. Armor rating's not that great, to be honest. And morale is decent, you know, give or take. And then we have the Ligurian Chieftain. Of course, he is going to be much higher stats than his warrior compadres. Charge rating of 7, melee offense of 14, melee defense of 16, armor rating of 11, and a morale at 14. Make him some, I would consider him a very heavy melee infantry unit, but whatever. Scare everyone, immune to fear. Standard shot, we've seen all of this before. They inspire their allies, etc., etc. Spirit infantry, we have Ligurian Levy Freemen. We've seen these Levy Freemen before. They have a charge rating of 3, offense of 6, defense of 14, armor rating of 5, and a morale of 6. So they're going to be pretty good tier 1 Spirit infantry units that could definitely hold the line at least for a little bit. Maybe as some kind of buffers to really get some other things going on behind you. That kind of typical strategy. Down to melee infantry, we have Ligurian Warriors, which are, of course, the same troops as here. And then we have Ligurian Warband, which, let's see, honestly, just slightly less powerful than the Ligurian Chieftains. Charge rating of 4, offense of 13, defense of 16, armor rating at 11, and morale at 13. Again, slightly less powerful than the Chieftain comparisons. And they, of course, immune to fear, scare everyone, etc., etc. Down to bow infantry, we have Ligurian archers. Ammunition of 23, ranged offense of 2, missile range 120, charge rating of 1, offense at 4, defense of 9, armor rating at 5, and morale at 5. And these guys are actually pretty decent light bow infantry. Not that you want to get them purposefully engaged in melee combat, but should it come to that, the melee defense alone should mean that they can hold the line for a very short amount of time until you can you can take some reinforcements and put them into battle to help counter. Otherwise, they'll rout pretty quick. We have Ligurian Slingers, ammunition of 30, ranged offense of 2, missile range 240, charge rating of 1, offense of 4, defense of 9, armor at 5, and morale at 5. Pretty typical light slinger unit, nothing really too exciting going over there in that department. Ligurian Skirmishers, ammunition of 4, ranged offense of 8, missile range of 70, charge rating of 1, offense of 4, defense of 10, armor rating at 5, and morale at 6. Again, like the bow infantry, they're going to be able to hold that line just long enough for you to be able to pull some reinforcements off and help counter whatever is hitting you, whatever is hitting those skirmishers. For Cav, we only have two units to use. Ligurian Horse, charge rating of 4, offense of 5, defense of 9, armor rating at 6, and morale at 10. This guy does not that great in all honesty. I mean, they're decent. I'm not going to say they're not good, but a melee offense of 5 really isn't that great. Even a melee defense of 9 isn't all that great. Discipline, they can hide in forest, and they have standard shot. Pretty sure like every single one of these units has... yeah. Every single one of these units has that standard shot ability. And then we have Ligurian Heavy Horse. How are we capped at this? 4 per army. Charge rating of 8, offense of 7, defense of 12, armor rating at 14, and armor rating at 11, morale at 14. Again, that's not a huge bump up for melee offense. A pretty decent upgrade for defense, definitely a good armor upgrade, and a pretty good morale upgrade. So that is it, at least for the custom battles. So guys, you know the drill. I'll see you on the battlefield. Alright everybody, welcome to the northern coast of Italy, right about the area that the Ligurians would be in. So we have a pretty good army set up here. Now we are outnumbered by a good 800 troops, give or take. We are up against Massalia. So yeah, say hi, hi. Yeah, we should be able to take these guys out pretty well. I have 5 units of Ligurian Warband, which will pretty much wreck apparently everything but these picked men, but I have a plan for those guys. Pretty typical. Anyways, let's run down our unit compositions, and we will get right into it. We have Ligurian Levy Freeman. They look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like those shields. It's a different shield type. I don't recall seeing this shield type before. I could be wrong, but recent memory has not jogged it. Pretty basic, but that's pretty typical. I mean, and look, that's even, I mean, they got different kinds of wood in this. That's really cool. I like it. I really like it. Behind them, we have 5 units of Ligurian Warband. Now, these guys are very heavily armored, especially compared to their Ligurian Levy Freeman compatriots. Yeah, they should do a really good in battle today. I'm very excited to see just how well they do. And again, these are kind of behind them because we're going to try and support them. They do inspire their allies, so hopefully these guys will fight a little harder than they normally would because they're surrounded by these dudes. And back behind them, we have 3 units of Ligurian warriors. These guys are simply for reinforcements. They may not even see battle today. I kind of hope they will, and honestly, they might, because I guarantee you we're going to have to fight these flanks of horsemen, and that's typically what happens. Is I'll bring my skirmishers out, and I'll have to bring in melee infantry to counter the cav. Cav will get rounded, etc., etc. I have 4 units of my Ligurian skirmishers. Very typical light troops. Except for that really cool officer there. Yeah. I mean, really nothing super important or crucial to show off with these guys. Pretty standard skirmisher troops. And then Ligurian heavy horse. These guys do look mighty indeed. I'm digging that. I'm digging the shield, man. It just looks really cool. And again, the different types of wood just really make it really in-depth. I mean, I really think it does. I think just having, instead of just having a blank shield like that, just showing off different patterns, even though it is the same pattern. I mean, that's the same pattern as that, the same pattern as that, the same pattern as there. It just looks cool, and I like that cool aesthetic look. And then last but not least, we have our Ligurian chieftain, who are even more heavily armored. Look at this dude, he's cool. These guys, I'm going to try and make sure they stay in the battle, or make sure they get in the battle for sure, because they look pretty heavy duty, and I think they'll do just a dandy. So let's go ahead, hit the start of that battle. Moving up. Move. I'm going to try to keep my cav engagements to a minimum. I always say that. Always ends up badly for me, but that's alright. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys, pull a unit right in front of them that's pretty decently thick. That way they can absorb that charge, because I know what the enemy's going to do. Quite fairly certain, anyways, what the enemy's going to do. Because they do it just about every time. Now, they may change up their engagements because I'm not deploying using a lot of troops on that very front line. So they may do some tricksy work here. Let's see. Let's move back. Move back. So far everything's looking pretty familiar. I am going to have to engage these guys over here. Prepare to die. Yeah! You didn't expect that, did you? Same over here. Take it, son. Go out there on the outskirts. I guarantee you these guys might rout. Maybe not. They should be heavy duty enough where they can absorb that charge very well. And then we'll be able to mop them up, per se. There we go. These guys are throwing their little pelums. I'm going to call them pelums, even though that's probably not the correct assumption. Let's go ahead and move these guys here. I'm going to move these guys. Actually, I'm going to move both of you guys over here. Throw it at those guys. You guys have used up all of your ammo. Perfect. Here we go. We really negated that charge because we had pylons. We had ranged being thrown at them. So they really just absorbed the shock of that. Throw it into those guys, please. Don't even think about it. You guys, come over here. Use that debuff. We're going to plug up this hole. Go right there and right there. Move in over there. Let's go ahead and chase these guys down. Charge into the back of those guys. We're going to funnel in behind them. Let's go ahead and actually don't even charge into them yet. Perfect. They are holding that line very well. Absolutely beautiful job, guys. Kind of wish they wouldn't be holding their shields up because that is going to distract them from being able to really be on defense. But they seem to be holding it extremely, extremely well. These guys are getting murdered. I don't expect them to last very long. And then I'm going to go ahead and slip those guys right in there. As soon as they throw their pylons, you guys should be on skirmish mode. It's a little too late for that now, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and get this charge. Very well done. I don't expect those guys to last very long. Awesome. So we're chasing after those guys. I really don't mind doing that. It gets them out of the battle where they can't throw their... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and absorb that guy. We're going to charge into there. Again, we're holding that line. These guys are being inspired. Flank secure. General nearby. They're tired. Frightened by enemy units, etc., etc. But they should be doing some good work. Let's get out of there, man. Let's get out of there. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that glorious charge. Wrecking it. There we go. That was quick work. Let's do the same thing over here. Okay, that guy's routing finally. We're going to charge into him. Finally going to charge into those guys. I'm going to see if I can't slip in through here. Probably can't. But it's worth a shot anyways. Let's get over there. You guys charge into here. I'm not quite sure why it's saying we are at such a disadvantage. I'm very, very well. I'm holding this line very, very well. We'll just charge into these guys, even though they'll probably rout. That's probably not a good move. Sacrifice them a little bit. Really wanting to try and get a charge in. That would cause the morale of these guys to break. Not really seeing it right now. But other than that, I mean, we're holding the line. I wish I could stop failboating these cav. These poor cav, man. We're holding that line amazingly. I don't see any issues. We're losing a couple of units, but it's nothing too extraordinary. Oh wow, those guys have routed. Awesome. And then coming in from the side. Absolutely just wrecking them. Their morale, I guess their morale's still at 10. That's interesting. These guys are not routing worth a crap. I thought they would. Go ahead and charge into here. I didn't notice that that was the general unit. Here we go again. Oh wow, that was a pretty devastating charge. There we go. That's the route we needed. Gather those guys over there. Sweet. We now have very good superiority. Battle has just turned in our favor. Let's go ahead and wrap around there. Go there. Wrap around there. Collapse. Pulled over there. Go around. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this in the bag. General has routed. Speaking of General, where is he? Let's go ahead and route those 2 units. Oh yeah, we got this. Piece of cake. Line up. There we go. That's the rest of it. That's the end. Sweet. End the battle. Heroic victory. Very well done. These Ligurian warbands are ridiculously amazing. Heavy Horse did very well. Even our Ligurian warriors, they actually got more kills than a lot of our warband did. I was very surprised at how well the Ligurian warriors did. Overall, I think they did a really, really good job. Liguria is a very strong faction, even though they don't have a few units. We're seeing that time after time, that these small factions are a lot more powerful than they seem because they have a lot of core units that just are able to hold that line. I don't know, we maybe had one of those Levy Freeman units rout, and that was really surprising. But again, the warband behind them were inspiring them and help keeping them steady, as well as our general, he was behind them. So that really gave a good morale boost that negated their exhaustion, negated any kind of negative effects from being hit in the flank, etc., etc. A really solid core job for the Ligurians. So I hope you guys enjoyed this faction overview. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here. Peace!